I always love that riff. I always gotta wait till the riff comes in. It's so nice, especially on a Monday, August 25th edition of Sean and Spit in the Morning, presented by Off Base Media. Little wet hot American weekend, Shawnee. Never hurt nobody. A lot of good baseball to be played. Little bit of movement in the standings, maybe not as much as we hoped. Maybe some teams like Kansas City and Cincinnati, those those teams who are kind of on the outside looking in, maybe not making the strides that we hoped. If anything, maybe not moving at all, or if anything, KC might have lost some ground after losing 2 out of 3 to first place Detroit. But other than that, we'll get to all that and more. But first, Shawnee, how are you feeling on a Monday morning?
Good. I'm just now looking over the MLB's new power rankings of everybody. Brewers still holding the top spot. Number 2, though, they got the Tigers, who kind of rightfully so. They've been super hot lately. 3 go to the Phils, 4 to the Blue Jays, and 5, the Cubbies are back up there. So,
Cubbies had a good little week.
Yeah, Cubbies had a good little week. Kyle Tucker kind of bounced. I'm pretty sure he's bouncing back big time now. So I'm pretty sure he just had a multi-home run game this weekend. Do you know?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm searching now. I don't know much. The Kyle Tucker's up to.
I'm almost positive, but
yep, he did. He had a multi-homer game on the 23rd. What was that, Saturday? And on Friday he had a homer. So he had actually 7 ribbies this weekend and 3 home runs.
Guess what? You take a little rest, like we were talking about, and he comes back better than ever. So good to see them with the Cubs. Obviously, we like it when good teams are good. So we love it.
That puts him at 21. Those 3 homers put him at over 20 homers this season. So welcome to the 2020 club, Kyle Tucker.
Oh, Kyle got to it.
Ooh. Kyle got to it with 21 homers over the weekend. 3 homers puts him at 21. He's been there before. When he's going right, he's flirting with 30-30 seasons. But
yeah,
we figured he'd get there. We'll see how he can continue to go with a little over a month left. Let's get right into our vibe check, though. Let's maybe start with something that's not so nice. And it's the news on Zach Wheeler, which I don't know how optimistic you were on Wheeler, but the full report was never out up until, I guess, this weekend. It was announced that he's going to miss the rest of the season. What is this? Thoracic syndrome? Thoracic?
Yeah, I don't really know what it is. I just know that there's like 2 or 3 people, and like there's like 8 people in all history that have had thoracic syndrome, and 2 of them have been athletes in Philadelphia.
Who's the other one?
Markelle Fultz.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that rare? Only 8 people have ever had it?
Yes. I don't know. No. In like professional sports.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Not like all time, but like in professional sports. There are not many people who have had it. I mean, how many times have you heard it? Is this the first time you're hearing it?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's very, very rare. I don't know about the exact number, but I know it's rare. And I know fucking Markelle Fultz had it too. So listen, Zach Wheeler has been so dominant for God, what is it now? Like I'd give him probably 6 years. Like he's been unbelievable for the Phillies. Came over here from the Mets like a little bitch. No, I take that back. But came over here from the Mets. Pitched out his ass off every single day he went out there. Has kept us in, seasons and games, and has been unbelievable. But I would not be surprised if we saw Zach Wheeler pitch for the Phillies for the last time.
Oh, that's a big statement.
I could see him retire. He said he only wanted to play 2 more years, and this is putting him out.
It's a bad way to go out, though. This might keep him in. This is a bad way to go out.
It might keep him in. It might make him play a little bit longer. I mean, maybe during his time off, he gets to play. Gets to see his family a little bit more and everything like that. And maybe that will bring him back to the game.
Once he's around his family enough, he'll be like, "Fuck it, I want to go back."
Exactly. So I think that's gonna actually push him more to being like, "Wow, I could really do this a lot more." But he's a competitor and he's a gamer, so it's not gonna be easy for him to just hang it up. You know what I mean? So, but I wouldn't be shocked.
The good news with the Phils, I think Christopher Sanchez pitches tonight, so it's not like they don't have a guy that can step up and be an ace, and it's not like they don't have guys that could be top of the line arms for you. Now it's tough. You're not going to replace Wheeler, but Sanchez will get Cy Young votes, so that's good moving down the stretch. And top of the line arms is going to matter too. We saw Ranger pitch a fucking gem. Was it yesterday? Ranger pitched a gem. So there's that, and then also Nola. We can get into him because his start went well. It's probably one of his best starts of the season. It's not,
Yeah.
he hasn't had a lot of starts because of the injury, and when he was playing, it wasn't great. But 6 innings, 2 earned, 6 Ks, and most importantly, a win. That was what Friday was that or Saturday? That was Saturday. I think it was Saturday game.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
They lost Friday maybe. So we get them back on track, and they end up winning the series. But so good for Nola. And when Nola's going right, he is a top of the line arm. Same with Ranger, and Sanchez is probably going to be the ace from now on. Taiwan has shown glimpses. But talk about Nola for a sec. You had to have been happy with that. You saw, even if it was the Nationals, he didn't look good against them in his first start and his last start of the season. And now here he goes, and he shoves.
Yeah, his stuff looked good too. More importantly, it wasn't just like the Nationals were beating themselves. No, Nola looked pretty good. He was locating. When Nola's curveball is on and his sinker is moving like it can, dude, he's one of the most disgusting pitchers in the entire league. His stuff moves so much. I mean, it's insane. But when it's off, everything's flat. He doesn't throw that hard, and that's when you really, you can't locate. Then you're gonna get shelled. This is the bigs. This is the fucking bigs. You're gonna get shelled if that happens. But when it's on, it's disgusting. And so we've seen it in the past in the playoffs. I mean, I know you've watched those playoff games with the Phillies and Nola pitching. Sometimes he's just locating and he's dialed, and it's a fucking beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping he can get kind of back to that point. Because we do need him. We do need him. When you got with Wheeler going down, Nola was always going to pitch. And Nola was always going to pitch in the postseason. There was no way Rob wasn't going to throw him. Only way he would be if he was hurt still, right? But he's definitely going to go, and we're going to need him to step up big time.
Yeah, and the good news is, obviously the bad news is Wheeler, but the good news is Philly's pitching ever since that news has come out, probably for a couple weeks now. Philly's pitching has been spectacular, and their offense has been kicking ass too. But I guess we'll talk more about Philly in particular when we get to the Mets, because I think it's Sanchez versus Senga tonight. It's interesting. I think it's in Queens, right?
Yeah.
Either way, they all look good, and there's been some massive strikeout days, a couple of 12 strikeout games, I think.
All-time career highs.
Last week, I think yesterday Ranger had 11, whatever. Nola's going out and pitching. So, yeah, I mean, they have rose to the occasion. They have to continue to do that. We know that they can, but especially with Nola, that's a big piece. Another ace. Well, take it as you will, ace. But Bieber is technically an ace, I guess. But he got his first start of the season and his first start as a Blue Jay on Friday. I think it was Friday, right? He looked fantastic. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, no walks, 9 Ks, and a win.
First start in forever. That guy's an ace. And he puts up those numbers. That guy's still an ace.
He's an ace. All right? He's got to be.
I mean, that's, dude, putting him back in, we talked about it before. Even if Bieber looked like a little bit of himself, putting him in that rotation that had like Lauer and Gausman, who have been pitching really well lately, and even like Barrios and why do I always forget the fifth?
Bassett, Scherzer.
Bassett and Scherzer. I mean, that was just an addition, like a huge addition for the Blue Jays. Although the Blue Jays bullpen, so this maybe could help them as well. The Blue Jays bullpen just looked like shit, apparently.
Oh.
I was reading in the power rankings I was talking to you about earlier. Since July 27th, the Blue Jays have the worst bullpen ERA in all of baseball at a 6.21. So that's something we would probably want to keep an eye on down the stretch here. Because if their starting pitching's great, but their bullpen sucks, we all know how that goes.
We all know how that goes. Fucking Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
6-4 in the last 10, though. Toronto.
Yeah, they're still getting it done.
Not bad. I mean? Not bad. Yeah, not bad.
That bullpen's a big piece come the postseason. You get in October and your bullpen's shaky and you don't have a guy you can go to, you're hurting.
Yeah, and I mean, even Jeffy all year, it's kind of been the story of his season, right? He's getting a lot of saves. He's up there in saves, 28 saves. I mean, that's got to be good for like top 5 in the league. I would assume that's a kind of a guess, but an ERA of a 4.17. So I mean, it's bad, So That's kind of been the story of his life, and I don't know. I don't know if this is fair to suggest, but maybe sometimes, or at least on a good team, maybe the closer is kind of the sets the tone for the whole bullpen. Almost like I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's the identity of the whole pen. I don't know if that's really true. Maybe that's not a fair statement, but in this particular case, I think it is. When you're kind of getting the job done, but the ERA is not there, that's kind of the Blue Jays. You know, it's Jeff Hoffman in particular, and maybe that just bleeds through to the whole pen. It's just the whole storyline for their whole pen as a whole. I don't know if that's a whole thing, but I think that's worth looking into. Is the fucking closer the whole? I mean, the Phillies since Duran's got there, the whole pen's been kind of cleaned up, but either way,
Jeff Hoffman in the past 30 days, it definitely isn't his fault. He's got a 1.69 ERA.
Jeff has.
Yeah, so
I saw he blew a save recently.
He did. He actually has blown 2 saves, but his ERA wise isn't bad. But he has blown 2 saves. There's other people in the pen who are just not doing too.
Oh my gosh, he had 5 walks in this one.
Yeah, he has 7 walks over the last 30 days. There's other people in here. Chad Green, a starter?
No, he's a reliever.
Okay, cool. Because he must be not pitching that much. He has 1.2 innings pitched in the last 30 days, but he's at 37 ERA.
That's probably why he's not fucking pitching. Chad fucking Green.
I mean, there's a lot of guys on here who have really high ERAs with a lot of love. They just look like they haven't quite figured it out or having a little bad stretch here.
Well, Chad Green was released on before August 4th. Because his ERA is a 5.56.
Yeah, that ain't great.
So they because he was a Blue Jay reliever, so they was like, fuck that. So August 4th, so a little after the deadline, and maybe I don't know if they brought in Sir Anthony. Who the fuck knows? I don't know how these guys are doing. I don't really give a shit about Blue Jays relievers, but it is something to look forward to. I mean, look into, I guess you could say, because you do need those down the stretch. But Bieber looked fantastic nonetheless. Good starter. Lauer will be moving to the pen with him back, so Lauer actually became the odd man out.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Dude.
He'll pitch Wednesday. He'll pitch Wednesday.
I hate when people do that shit.
Well, who else would you take out?
One of the beasts.
Bassett goes to the pen?
I'd get one of them. I don't give a shit how much money somebody's getting paid. This is what they all fucking do.
Well, it's also experience, I think, and I don't know.
And guess what? You got to ride. This is baseball, man. You got to ride who's hot. And Lauer was fucking unbelievable. We did the same shit with Turnbull last year.
That's a little more.
How is that a little fucking different? How is it different?
The Turnbull is more fucky to me though. Like I think that's worse.
Lauer was pitching, but Lauer was dominant the past couple months.
But if it was between Turnbull and Taiwan, maybe it's similar in the sense of you're loyal to the guys that have been there longer and the guys with more experience.
I get that, like that. Maybe that's like almost like a Nola thing, like a Nola coming back. What, like not Bieber? I'm not talking about Bieber, but like maybe to the credit of the other 2 guys or some of the other guys in there. But I hate when people fucking do this shit.
Yeah, I know it's tough, and let me see what's Lauer's whole thing. He's got to be like 25, maybe, right? How old is this kid? Oh no, he's kind of old. He's been around. He's 30, but it's his first year in Toronto, and he's had 14 starts this season. But in those 14 starts, he's looked really good. But it is a smaller sample size. How do I not remember Eric Lauer? Eric Lauer, Milwaukee guy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe vaguely. But yeah, he's been pitching his dick off as a lefty. See, that would be the thing that would actually turn me on the most on Lauer is the fact that he's a lefty in the rotation because I don't know if they have a lefty in the rotation, right? Gausman, Bassett, Berrios, Sergio, now Bieber. So that would be sexy, but I don't know who you would take. I mean, all these other guys are like career starters who you expect to get like at least, in between 25, 30 starts out of where this motherfucker.
I do get it. Now that I've calmed down a little bit and I'm thinking about it, all the other guys in that rotation have so much more experience in the major leagues. With this, we already talked about Lauer being 30, but anyway.
Yeah,
bigger sample size this year. It's not like they had the only reason Taijuan Walker got thrown back in the rotation that year with Turnbull was because we were paying Walker that much money. kind of.
Yeah, I know. But that pissed me off though, because Turnbull,
Yeah.
and I don't even know if Turnbull's on a team right now. Turnbull's
I
actually
don't
done
think
nothing.
so.
He's done nothing wrong and only gotten demoted.
Yeah, he's had. Well, I mean, I know he had a rough go of things after the Phillies, like right away.
But I don't think he played. Oh, he went to Toronto. Yeah, okay.
And then where is he now?
DFA'd, I think. He started one game and then for Toronto, 3 total games this year, and then that was it.
And it does suck. It's like one of those guys who kind of got shafted because he was having an unbelievable year in 2024. I guess thanks to the pen, it wasn't doing too hot. And then he goes to Toronto and gets shelled. He had a 2025.
He didn't get any fucking time. They didn't let him.
I know. It does feel bad. He kind of got shafted
Because Rob Thompson shafted him, or maybe Dombrowski, whoever calls.
I don't think it was Thompson. I think it was Dombrowski, kind of being like, "Hey,
Dombrowski ruined this guy's career.
We're paying up to Walker all this kind of money. He needs to be fucking pitching."
Dombrowski ruins Turnbull's career.
He might have, but he revived Lorenzen's.
He really did.
Yeah, he
really
Lorenzen's.
Did. Lorenzen pitches, I think, tomorrow. I think I saw. Lorenzen kind of sucks though. I like Turnbull more.
Yeah, Lorenzen hasn't been having a great
11-year vet, Mike Lorenzen, and he was an All-Star one year.
With what team?
He played Detroit.
Oh, everybody's got to make it.
In 2023. That was the same year he got traded to Philly. Because that's what Dombrowski likes to do. Same with Austin Hayes. And who else? Like,
Gregory Soto.
Gregory Soto.
From the Tigers, too.
Yeah, they love to do shit like that. Oh, he's an all-star.
Everybody's got to make it, Dave.
Anyway, there were some other pitchers, too. So, Noah looked good. Bieber looked fantastic. Bubba Chandler. When was this? Friday? I think. I don't fucking get days confused. 4 innings pitched, no earned, 3 strikeouts for Bubba Chandler. Didn't start the game, but guess what? He does get a save in his debut. How do you like that? Starters getting saves. I wonder how many times a starter gets called up, comes out of the pen. That's happened, sure. And then also get a save. So this could be his first and only major league save. It's coming in his debut. You expect him to get to be a starter basically until forever, right?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Skeens, Chandler, and Jones, the future that had that starting pitching. But guess what? They're still not going to get him any fucking run support. So those poor guys, man. That could be awesome. Yeah.
So cool. That's like the young guys. The Bubba Chandler, young guy doing something cool at his debut. Here's a little bit of a veteran that's kind of trending in the opposite direction, and he goes by the name of Walker Buehler. To the bullpen, Sean. I kind of like this move for him and the Red Sox. He's 7-7 with a 5.45 ERA on the season. That's Walker. And a whole lot of walks, but it makes sense. His name is Walker. A lot of walks, though. You look at his game logs. He's walking motherfuckers out the ass. So I kind of like this move. Maybe he revamps him. Maybe lights a fire under his ass. Maybe it deepens the pen, especially when you have Giolito and Brian Balo pitching like motherfuckers behind Crochet. It's a very solid 3. Buehler not getting it done. I still think there's a lot of stuff to prove in if you're Walker Buehler. He's got juice in that arm, but I just don't think it was working out. And you got to change of scenery out of the pen. Maybe he can revamp his career. I don't know if he'll be in the pen forever, but at least you're trying to make a pennant push. You're trying to win games, and maybe he can help you in that scenario.
I mean, he is 31. He's getting moved, but like we said, the Red Sox are hot. We're going to talk about him right after this. It's a good transition into it, actually. But to be a part of a good team's a good thing for him,
Yeah, it is, and I think he could deepen the pen because I don't know, whatever. I don't know. They have like the Weissert guy in the pen, and then of course Chapman's been off his fucking pitching.
Yeah, I don't know anybody in that pen besides Chapman. I'll be completely honest. I don't know a whole lot about their bullpen.
Neither do I. And I think Greg Weissert's been doing some things, and I don't know, whatever they've been doing has kind of been working, so they might have some low-key motherfuckers. But Buehler's going to join those guys there. And they jumped the Yankees this weekend. That's the other thing. So Yankees 8 straight losses to the Red Sox.
I mean, if we're talking while we're on Red Sox pitching real quick before we move on, it's kind of a good thing to have a guy like Buehler go to the pen because you're gonna get some guys in the playoff. Like once you hit the playoffs, you're gonna get some guys who don't have a whole lot of pitching experience in the playoffs. So you don't know how they're gonna react. You don't know how they're gonna pitch. But then if you can bring Buehler kind of out of the pen, he's pitched in the playoffs before. He kind of knows the atmosphere and stuff like that. So to have I guess a quote unquote long reliever like that kind of in your back pocket's not necessarily a terrible thing.
Yeah, we'll see how he looks too. Because if he continues to pitch the way he's been pitching, it's not going to look pretty. But maybe he can settle down and get a little change of scenery. But him and the boys in Beantown, they come into the Bronx, and they take 8 straight games against the Yankees before the Yankees snapped that and avoided the 4-game sweep yesterday on Sunday. But other than that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that adds up to 8 straight losses that the Yankees had to them. Now the Yankees actually, guess what? They won they won Sunday, so that's a 1-game win streak against Boston. Yeah, they won 1 in a row against them. No, because they got swept the time before, then they lost the 2, whatever. So that's 8 straight losses. They lose 3 out of 4 of the weekend. They snap the streak, avoid the sweep on Sunday. Red Sox jump them in the standings after the Yankees jumped them earlier in the week. You thought that would give the Yankees momentum. No, it did not. Red Sox tied their longest single-season winning streak versus the Yankees since the wild card era began. Bless you. Since the wild card era began in since the wild card era began in '94. That was 8 in a row in '09 that was the streak. So the Red Sox are actually trying to beat that streak, and the Yankees snapped it. But they tied their longest streak versus the Yankees, 8 in a row. They did it in '09, and they did it this year. Remember what happened in '09, though? Ooh, maybe no. It's a very different team. But whatever. Volpe out of the lineup yesterday. He's out of the lineup today, I think, again. Jazz and Trent. Yeah, here's something fun. Jazz and Trent both hit 2 home runs in yesterday's win, the only win of the series. And that's basically the Yankees offense for you. If they're not hitting homers, what are they going to do? And then someone close to Jazz Chisholm died before Sunday. The Jazz hit 2 home runs. It was very emotional in the dugout. And he goes out and hits a homer, then hit another one. So that's nice. That was like a little beautiful story. But the Yankees still struggling to do anything. Still in a wild card spot, though.
Still in a wild card spot, but they're losing to good teams that they're going to see in the playoffs. That's not a good sign, especially because they're probably going to play. Who is it right now? It would probably be the Astros. If the season ended right now, it would be
Boston, I think.
No, they would be the last. Oh no, the Mariners would be the last wild card spot. You're right.
So this is a wild card thing.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Oh Jesus.
It was the same matchup before they got jumped. It was still going to be Boston. Now the only difference is when you get jumped, now you don't have the home field advantage.
So we've gotten your thoughts on the Yankees already this year, and we kind of know where you stand with them. But there is one thing I did want to ask you now, because we've been very much advocates of when young guys are struggling or young guys are doing well. We don't want to jump out our shoes. We don't want to, put too much on them. But Volpe, man, he shows some signs of being able to have a little power to him. His fielding has been extremely bad this year, and almost like embarrassingly bad. Like routine plays have not become routine anymore. They become almost like you're holding your breath every time a ball gets hit to him, in a sense. Is it more than him just being in his own head, or is he going to be like a mental case? Like what's going on with him, dude?
He's got to be in his head. Hopefully, when you sit him today or yesterday, and I think today even, he's supposed to be back in the lineup Tuesday is what I heard, but that was a very brief post that I just scrolled through. But either way, I think he's definitely in his own head. Hopefully, sitting him for a little bit can kind of get him back on track, a little reset. His defense, he cleaned up a little bit. It was very bad, and then he cleaned it up. And I still think he made an error over the weekend, so it's still not like
he had a bad inning. One.
I didn't even. I think I turned it off. Well, that was the day game on Saturday. I don't think I was doing shit that I didn't see it, but it also I wasn't mad at missing it because I've lately been. I think I don't know. I think I turned it off early on Friday. Who the fuck knows? They're just it's a fucking annoying. But either way, I think it's a little bit of that. Hopefully, he can get back on track. My thing is like, I'm just kind of accepted that this is Anthony Volpe. Some guys are late bloomers too, so whatever. Like maybe it takes them a little bit. But my thing with Volpe is like, if this is the Volpe that it is, like that, because everyone's searching for what is Anthony Volpe. No one knows really what he is. And then my thing is like, maybe this is just him. He has to clean up his defense. There's no questions about that, right? So be a guy who he's proven to be a Gold Glover in the past. If he can get back to that. I'm not saying he has to win it every year, but if he can get back to just cleaning up his defense, Glove cannot go through slumps. If he's a low batting average guy, but he flirts with 2020 seasons, and maybe because he bats low in an offense that can score a lot of runs, he does get his ribbies. Maybe, like I said, flirt with 2020 season, and there's positive takeaways there, but he's low in the batting order. You got to build a team around him that you can compensate for having a 209 hitter who strikes out a lot and maybe doesn't put the ball in play enough for being a guy who should be utilizing his legs more, and all those things. And then come playoff time, maybe he plays pretty decent in the playoffs because he's only been in the playoffs once and he looked good last year when he was there. So maybe he does shit like that, but the Glove cannot go through, and maybe that's just Anthony Volpe's career. And if that's the case, then I'd be okay with that. But you have to be able to. You can't also have a third baseman who's hitting like 215. You can't also have everyone, other guys who are hitting 230, and this guy, catcher in Wells who's hitting also 209. Like you kind of have to juice it up where at least Volpe at 20, hitting 220 at best. He can maybe flirt with 2020 seasons and maybe contend for a Gold Glove at shortstop. But again, he has to clean up his defense and he has to be a little bit more consistent on other things and utilize his legs more. Maybe that cleans up his game. But if that's the Volpe, that's Volpe at his best. Like maybe he sneaks into an All-Star game one time in like a 10-year career. Like I don't know. Like it's tough to predict. But if that's Volpe at his best, like it's tough because everyone wants to predict him to be like the next guy, you're the shortstop of the Yankees that holds some weight.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to predict him to be like this next motherfucker. It's like, well, maybe this is the Volpe that you get, but he has to clean up some things. There's still a lot of room for improvement, obviously, and that's that. But if he's like a 9-hole hitter on some good, decent teams, and he gets his ribbies, and he can utilize his legs more and clean up his defense, maybe he turns into a decent little player. But you have to surround him with guys that you can't have 5 guys in the lineup hitting below like 230. Like that's just also part of it.
Yeah, so the one thing I'll say about Volpe, like he hasn't, the other day was his first error since July, like late July, but it seems like he's making some questionable decisions when he's out there. Like I've seen a lot of videos because obviously he is the Yankee shortstop, and you're gonna have a microscope on you when you are the New York Yankees shortstop. So I've seen some videos of him making some questionable plays. That's why I think he's kind of in his own head right now. And that's a long fucking career, especially in New York, if you're in your own head.
Yeah, he made that one play, that ground ball to him, runner on second.
Yeah.
And then he threw it to second to try to get the lead runner, and then they get nobody out.
Yeah.
Like they try to get that tag play at second instead of just getting, looking him back, going like he's trying to do too much, trying to get too cute. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just think it's going to be a very, very long career for him if he's way too far in his own head.
A very short career.
Well, short career.
Yeah, but short meaning long, meaning short. Some long days and long sleepless nights.
And I do think it's a little bit on Yankees fans too, because they were so much in, and I even had high hopes for Volpe. I think more people had high hopes for Volpe than not, but I think Yankees fans really did put him on a pedestal because he got so many comparisons to Jeter so early in his career. And that's where it really fucked him.
I guess maybe, yeah, but I think year 3 Volpe, a lot of us wanted him to take that leap. And the fact that he does it, then we get all pissed off and whatever. That's why I'm kind of like, I've since accepted the fact that if Volpe is just what he is, he's got to clean up the D, of course. But, he has, like you said, maybe the beginning of the month up until like this past weekend he did. And then maybe you consider it a high leverage situation when Boston comes to town and you're fighting you just jumped them in the standings and all these things are going on and whatever, it's a little bit in his head. I don't know, but something's got to give. Who the fuck knows? Maybe you move Jazz to third and move Volpe to second. Maybe that can allow him to take a deep breath, and then now you're looking for a shortstop. So either way, you're looking for a position because I don't like McMahon. He's a good defender. I shouldn't be too harsh on everybody. The Yankees season is what it is. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed this weekend is the fact that they move a little bit in the standings. in the wrong direction, that is. But either way, nothing has really changed in the fact of how I view the Yankees or their style of play. It's not like they came out and they looked bad and everyone's shocked by it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's whatever. Hopefully they make the playoffs. So they got the Nationals to start the week. I know we'll talk more about our look ahead, but you got to take advantage of that matchup. Here's some, on a positive note, here's some units for you. There's a couple of big motherfuckers made their debut. Drew Summers, Detroit relief pitcher. Look at this motherfucker. Look how big he is. And cool jersey. I think those are minor league Detroit. I don't know what fucking those jerseys are, but those are like the old style cups. Remember those cups?
Yeah, the Cups. Yep.
Well, he's a Detroit reliever. He got called up over the weekend. Big lefty. He came in on Friday, so he does have a major league appearance under his belt. Only a third of an inning and 2 walks in that inning, but I think that's his only blunders. I think he came out of the inning unscathed, or maybe he didn't finish the inning. He got an out, walked a couple guys, and then they're like, you're done. But he's 6'3", 250. That's all this whole segment is our big unit alert. I don't know if he's the next big thing. He's a Detroit reliever, and they got a decent little pen over there in Detroit. And
you said so it is Detroit?
Detroit reliever, yeah, right?
So that's I mean, if this guy can come out and give him really anything to help out that pen, the pen has been revived since getting Kyle Finnegan back. You did a little story on that on TikTok. I didn't notice that, but they've been a lot better with Finnegan at that pen, and I think it's a credit to what you said earlier about when you kind of get that closer that you just have to get through the inning and get to it, and he's going to be solid. Maybe that changes a little something in some relievers' heads.
Yeah, and it deepens things because Will Vest becomes your 8th inning guy, and now your back end looks that much more solid. And who knows? Maybe Drew Summers doesn't. I don't know if this guy's good at all. I'm just saying big unit alert. What a big
we love it.
So he's 6'3", 250. That's a guy coming at you. Or would you rather be like this guy, Zach Maxwell, goes by the nickname Big Sugar. He made his debut Saturday, 2 innings, 5 Ks, and earned run. I think it was a homer. Was the only earned run in the desert. He's 6'6", 275, throws 100 plus. Zach Big Sugar Maxwell or Drew Summer?
I like Big Sugar.
You like Big Sugar? He's 6'6", 275.
I just like the nickname. Both of them are rocking the goatee as well.
Yeah, I think that's a big boy move.
I think big boys always are rocking the goatee. I think we need to get the milkman, the Lancaster milkman, rocking a goatee.
He does need a goatee. Yeah, so I think if you're a big boy, you got to have a goatee. That's a good point. Also, do you think like when they get out of like a couch, they make like a noise, like they're like, oh,
they don't sit on a couch. They have a lazy boy.
Yep.
They have a lazy boy. They don't do couches.
Well, those are some big motherfuckers that are coming at you on the mound. Who's Zach Maxwell? Cincinnati. So another team that's kind of in the hunt. Maybe he could benefit that pen a little bit. He throws 100 plus coming at you, 6'6", 275. He's a motherfucker. Okay, let's go to our next segment. This is a nice new segment called How Much Does Sean Care About This? Little topics from over the weekend, Sean. Talk about them. See if you give a shit about any of these. This one, interesting. We haven't talked to anything about. Well, actually, we did talk a little about the Little League World Series on Friday. We knew nothing about it because we were not paying attention. I still don't know anything about it, but Chinese Taipei beat Las Vegas 7-0 to capture first Little League World Series championship since 1996. Chinese Taipei is actually Taiwan. Do you know about this? I went down a rabbit hole trying to figure out why Chinese Taipei. Well, why does Taiwan go by Chinese Taipei? It's something that is above my pay grade. It has to do with governments. But either way, go down that rabbit hole if you're interested. Maybe we should call them Taiwan. Maybe it's more so giving them their flowers. But either way, it's the first international team to win the Little League World Series since 2017. How much do you give a shit about that?
Like a 5, in all honesty.
Out of 10?
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do this. We'll rate it out of 10. I'll give it a 5. If you guys don't know, John Boy does this, so we're doing our own little spin on it. But yeah, it's like a 5.
Why?
I guess I care. I guess I don't really care. I would care a whole lot more if a team from USA won it. But
yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy. So first international team, 17, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 25. Maybe it was there a Little League World Series in 2020, or did we get shafted from that? But at least 7 or 8. I don't know. I want to see the keep it on the U.S. soil. Keep it
exactly.
Domestic,
and I'm pretty sure it's all been like West Coast teams most of the time that have won it. Like
Didn't
California.
Jersey?
Did Jersey
Hawaii
win it one year? Hawaii wins it. Hawaii, I count as
Hawaii
West
wins it. I thought Jersey was good. Now I'm gonna go down another fucking rabbit hole.
Coast.
We should know this though. I thought Jersey was usually good.
I don't know if they've ever won it though.
Hawaii is always good. Champions. So you're telling me there's? I don't know how the fuck it even. I don't even know. I don't fucking know. That's a different conversation. I don't fucking know. Anyway, this is something for the future. Phillies and Twins 2026 Field of Dreams game is announced. It's going to be Phillies and Twins will play in that. It's like in Iowa, I think.
I give that an 8. I would love to see. I would love to see another team play, and then I care a little bit more. That's not the Twins.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I mean?
the Max Kepler series. Yeah,
Yeah, the Max Kepler, Harrison Bader, Johan Duran.
Nice.
Jesus Christ, dude. But I would love to see this be like a rivalry game almost, like two good teams going head to head. But I love that they're bringing back the Field of Dreams game. It's about time.
Yeah, I don't know the last.
All this stupid other shit after the speed. What do they call it? The Speedway.
The Speedway Classic. That might have been. They might have kind of a failure. So.
Yeah, the Speedway Classic was horrible. More people hated it than they loved it. And yeah. I mean, actually, that's pretty spot on for 95% of what the MLB does. Is more people hating something you're doing than loving it. But the Field of Dreams game got rave reviews every single year. Bring out the legends.
Yeah, so did they do it twice? I think they did it twice,
they did
maybe?
it 2 years in a row.
And then they had a hiatus. Well, I don't know why the Twins got the nod for this.
I don't know either. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But
do they want to go kind of historical teams, maybe?
The Twins are an historical team.
How long have they been around? They've been around for...
I don't know, but like Phillies, Mets, or like throw another like big name team in it. Like give them like Phillies, Dodgers or something. They love giving Dodgers primetime games. Why don't you just throw them in here for one of the biggest primetime games?
Yeah, they do. They do love... the Twins have been around since they were the Washington Senators, so they'll probably wear like some old school shit from like 1920s or whatever. They were the Senators. Oh my gosh! Well, they were the Kansas City Blues in 1894.
We just got to pray to God that that like Buxton's not injured or something like that, and like maybe the MLB's got to step in and be like, "Hey, Joe Ryan needs to pitch this game," or
we'll see. I mean, hopefully the Phillies just go out and wipe the floor with them. I guess it's a 2-game. It's usually a 2-game series, right? And
is
that what it is?
I think they only play one game in the. I think for the Field of Dreams game, it's only one game. It's like the Speedway. It's only one game.
I thought there was a 2-game set and both games were there.
No, I'm pretty sure it's only one game.
Because I thought when the Yankees and White Sox did it, it was 2, but I don't remember. This was like 2021. It's been a while. See, they don't do it enough, and no one fucking knows about it.
I know they need to market.
That's a them problem.
Well, this is an MLB problem. We're like diving more into the problems of the MLB than just fucking the Field of Dreams. Them getting rid of that.
Yeah, well, the Phils would be cool. So I guess they want to do like old school stuff. So you're gonna see like the Twins probably and the Phillies in their old school. That's not till next year, and who knows the date? Who cares? But cool. It's cool the Phillies are in it, and also the Phillies will be the All-Star game next year. Next year's at the bank, right?
Yeah.
So Phillies getting their flowers, and you know what? There's classic MLB for you. There's a good chance the Phillies are start to hit their peak. Maybe, if they don't do anything this year, I mean, who knows how much favorites they'll be to like do something big next year. They could be trending. They could be the start of the downfall in 2026.
I don't want to talk about it. We're talking about this season.
No, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. They better win this year, though. Okay, Cal Riley, 2 home runs on Sunday, which was yesterday. It puts him at 49 on the season. That's most ever by a catcher. That's pretty sick. And his next milestone, it will be 50 because he's sitting at 49. So 50 homers is a big number for homers. Then from there, he's going to be trying to pass Mantle. Well, I don't know if this is like he's thinking about it, but for us as fans, we'd like to see him pass Mickey Mantle for most home runs in a single season by a switch hitter. He's already done the catcher milestone, most ever by a catcher, 49. Now it's most ever by a switch hitter, which is Mantle has the most with like 52 and I think 54 we said, right? Is the switch hitter record. 54 is the record for switch hitters.
I give this one a 10. I'm really interested in this. Cal Riley's having an amazing year. His nickname's the Big Dumper. How can you not be interested in this?
Yep.
He's also playing the hardest and most grueling position in baseball at catching. And guess what? He's still hitting fucking tanks. And what did we say? What was our over-under set at for Cal? 55, and I have the over, you have the under?
Yep, 55.5.
So it's dwindling down. We got a little bit. We probably got a month left, or maybe a little bit over a month left. And all he's got to do is, he needs 5 bombs to take it for switch hitters?
He needs 5 bombs to take it for switch hitters, and he could hit 5. If we put the line at 55.5, I have the under. So if he could hit 5, take the switch hitters.
Well, 5 would tie him, I think, because Mickey Mantle, we said 54, right?
54, yes.
Yeah, so he's got 49. So he needs 6, in all honesty.
And even if he gets 55, though, and passes Mantle for the switch hitter list, then it was 55.5. I have the under. So
yeah, well, it's pretty cool if you think when
you know what he's gonna do. If he's gonna get to 55, he'll maybe sit on that for a little bit. It'll come like the last day or two of the year. He'll fucking hit one, and then you'll have that. That's how it always happens.
I'm interested to see what he does in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, because they've still been teetering on that line.
We're
gonna talk about that later, too.
Well, the only thing that I think is mathematically set in stone is our next topic here, is that the Rockies have been eliminated from the playoffs. I think that's the only one that has been mathematically eliminated as of maybe over the weekend.
I give that one a 3. Are they still in contention to be the worst team ever?
See, that I don't know. The record was last year's White Sox. What was it, 122, 121, something like that?
Yeah, so
losses, I'm saying. That's how many losses.
It'd be really, really hard for them to get to 121 losses.
Well, they're at 94. They have 37 wins, by the way.
I know, which is wild. That's when do you just give up as a player?
Well, I guess maybe you got to go harder, so then maybe you have trade stock or something.
Yeah, play for a contract or something like that. That's what I couldn't understand about Luis Roberts when he was sitting over there. It's like this guy just he heated up a little bit around the trade deadline, and then when he did get traded, I'm pretty sure he's just sucked since then.
Yeah, I mean they also have a lot of young guys that I think are just you have to play to I guess have a spot in the major leagues. Period. So and they're trying to just build off of what they can get. There are some bright spots. Hunter Goodman, Jordan Beck, maybe Moniak.
Mickey Moniak.
Maybe he's found a home. Yeah,
that would be a fitting home for him, the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, but hey, there's been worse though. One busts, I think.
Right? 100%.
Like 100%. Henry Davis. What the fuck is his deal?
Yeah, there has been worse. Like Henry Davis didn't even have a hot streak. I'm pretty sure Mickey Moniak's tearing the cover off the ball right now.
Yeah, I think I think there's reason to believe he's found a home, right? And not mad at it. Not mad at you, Mickey. He's gonna have like 20 homers and 50 ribbies on the season, which is I think a little good for him. Which is maybe his first full season. I don't know. Did he ever get a lot of time in LA?
Oh hell no. No. He didn't. This is probably his first full season up. So I mean you gotta give him a little bit of credit.
So if he hits like 250 something with he's gonna have 49 ribbies right now and like 18 homers right now. So could be a decent little start and a trend in the right direction. And also I think Brenton Doyle's heating up. So hey, I don't know what their infield looks like. Either way, Tovar. Yeah, who knows? They still suck. Okay, Vinny Pasquantino. It's our last one before we do our look ahead. Vinny Pasquantino has been on an absolute tear. 6 homers in 7 days. Hit one yesterday. He had like 5 homers in 5 days, took a day off, and then got back at it yesterday. 9 homers in his last 14. He's got 10 in the month, Sean. That's like a fucking – I don't know if that's a record. It's probably not a record, but it feels like a record. 9 homers in the last 14 days and 10 in the month of August. Vinny's on a tear, and the team's been playing well.
I'm going to give this a 7, strictly because the Royals are sneaking up on that last wild card spot, man. 3 games out. If one of these guys drops the ball – Mariners, Yankees, if they drop the ball a little bit and the Royals are heating up, we're going to roll right into our look ahead. But Royals got the White Sox. Vinny stays hot. I mean, this has all the recipe of your Kansas City Royals spin, the ones you believed in this whole entire time.
I've
getting into the freaking playoffs.
I believed in them. They have. I feel like they were a little bit better. Well, maybe at a point they were maybe 2 games back, so they might have lost a little ground. But they are the hottest team when you look at all the teams in the wild card, like Boston 5-5 in their last 10. Yankees are 6-4 in their last 10. Seattle 3-7 in their last 10. They've been cold. Kansas City 7-3 in their last 10. So they lost a series over the weekend against Detroit. They won yesterday though, so they avoided sweep, I guess. But did they lose this? They did lose a series, right? I'm not
Who,
just
the
pulling that out of my
Royals?
ass. They did, yeah. They lost Friday, Saturday, avoided the sweep. They actually have Detroit again this weekend. But either way, yeah, they avoided sweep. And Vinny's been really hot, and the team as a whole has been one of the hotter teams in the AL. Let's see if they can continue to gain some ground.
And it's crazy because they're doing it without Reagans and Bubich, both of them.
Yeah,
Both of them out, so they're doing pretty well without him. But like you said, Vinny has been unconscious.
and you know what? Who else has been playing his dick off?
Salvi.
But Bobby Witt has always played his dick off. But
Yeah.
I think the power has been coming in bunches now. He has maybe not so much in bunches, but he does have 2 homers in his last 7 days. So good. He had a good week. He always does. He's hitting over 400 last week, 5 ribbies last week.
And also a guy who doesn't get talked about at all on this team is Garcia. Dude,
I know he's a stud. He was an all-star.
He's hitting 300. He was an all-star, rightfully so in my eyes too. And he's got, like another guy, he's got 13 bombs, 58 ribbies, 22 stolen bases, and hitting 300 for you. Like that's a guy that isn't getting talked about whatsoever.
I love Michael.
And then Yastrzemski, since coming to the Royals, he's got 5 bombs since coming to the Royals. So that's also something to talk about a little bit.
And I don't know if they continue to roll him out in the leadoff spot. I know they were for a little bit, and it was working. So yeah, they got a good things are rolling there. And we can get into our look ahead as we continue down the Royals road. I don't know how notable their matchup is. It's really they're at the White Sox, and you like to think that they can take care of business against they just played the best team in their division, the Tigers. Now they go from first place to last place. They got you want to see them take advantage of this fucking matchup.
Yeah.
Where a team like Seattle is hosting the Padres, and they are that's the team that they're trying to jump. Seattle has a harder matchup, and you said this before we came on. Seattle, they have not been playing well against good teams.
Good teams, yeah. They've had a lot of they obviously played against the Phillies, dropped the ball there. I think the Mets even got the best of them. I think you said the Mets took 2 out of 3 against them as well. So this is a time like the Royals should be really capitalizing on this. But good thing for Seattle is San Diego's got J.P. Sears, Dylan Cease, and Hugh Darvish throwing for him. No Pivetta or King for the Mariners.
Yeah,
You're going against them, and we get our glorious King, Brian Wu.
Brian Wu is a fucking stud.
And then Luis Castillo, who's also been great for them this year, also. So Mariners, it looks like everything is pointing in Seattle's favor for this series, but they just haven't played well against good teams recently. So they have to figure that out a little bit.
Yeah, so tonight will be J.P. Sears and Bryce Miller. Like again, I don't know how some of these Seattle arms have been per se. Like Miller, we expected to be back. Maybe he's not bad, but we expect to be a lot better. So, but anytime you see these guys on paper and they roll out, like their staff is so good, you roll out 3 guys for a series that looks similar to Philly. Like it always looks good, because they have a deep staff. But J.P. Sears is pitching tonight, and the only thing I'll say about him, like he came over from the A's, division rival to Seattle. Maybe there's some familiarity in JP. They've seen him enough. Maybe they shell the shit out of him at home. Dylan Cease, though, he has 6 wins on the season. He's 3-1 in his last 4. So half of his wins on the whole season have come in his last 4 games. Don't know if that's a good thing. Some of it has to do with maybe the offense giving him run support, which you would expect, though, for a team like San Diego. Either way, I'm not to choose on Dylan Cease. And then, like you said, Brian Wu was our glorious King, who I think has pitched in at least 6 innings in every single start this year. It's like 24 starts, 25 for whatever it's been. He leads the league in quality starts. Brian Wu is a stud. I hope he gets more love in the Cy Young conversation. I don't think he's not going to finish top 2 probably, but maybe he finishes top 3. Fucking love Brian Wu.
At least give him some votes, I hope.
I think he's got to get votes, but could he be top? He should be a top 3 finisher. Who's name 3 better? It's obviously Skubal and Crochet, right?
You can't name someone who's
fucking Hunter Brown's going to get love, isn't he?
Yeah, Hunter Brown is going to get love.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, either
but
way,
I mean, like Brian Wu's been one of the most consistent starters in the whole entire MLB. You got to give him some love. You got to give him love. So he's our glorious King. Let's go. So that's kind of what's happening there in wild card shit. We can talk more about AL bullshit. Let's start with the headliner though, because this is the biggest one, right? Phillies at Mets. Yeah, Phillies Mets 1-2 playing. Like we said last week, how the fuck is this not a weekend series? But once again, I digress. Phillies Mets going at it. Sanchez versus Kodai tonight. That's going to be awesome. Lizardo versus Mania on Tuesday, and then Taiwan Walker versus Nolan McLean. How did McLean look this weekend?
Right, he's a killer.
He did. He looked good. Cowboy Otani or whatever.
Cowboy Otani, aka Lightning McLean, which is our nickname. We should trademark that.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
We're gonna call him Lightning McLean, and then fucking everyone else is gonna fucking do it. We're not gonna get credit. So make sure everyone knows that that's our shit. Same with Lancaster Milkman. Those are good fucking nicknames, man. Okay, yeah, he pitched. What did he do? He pitched better than his first outing. 7 innings, 2 earned, no walks, 7 Ks. Gave up a homer, gets a win. That was in Atlanta. He 7 innings, 2 earned against Atlanta in Atlanta. That was coming off of his debut where he went 5 1/3 scoreless at home against Seattle. So in his 2 starts, he's looked good. Maybe he's due to get shelled.
Yeah, so I mean the Phillies are hot right now. They've been playing some pretty good baseball. We said the pitching looks good. The offense looks unbelievable. Trey Turner's not getting enough flowers this year for how great he's been at the plate. Just because the homers drop, well, guess what? This guy still gets on base all the time. Been doing great. Whole lineup, top to bottom. Even the guys in the bottom of the lineup have looked good. But going up against the Mets, who have been struggling recently, but guess what? This is a division rivalry game right here. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So Mets, I don't even know if they have to work. Oh, that's what we do have to talk about is the Reds. Only 1.5 games out of the wild card right now. The Reds got traveling to the Dodgers. So you think about it, the Mets are like, maybe we can gain some ground here. We have to do it against a tough Phillies team. But now the Reds are going to Chavez Ravine against the Dodgers, trying to gain ground too. So you do have Hunter Green going for you, which is a good thing.
Yeah, Hunter Green tonight versus Emmett Sheehan.
Yeah,
which is a weird one.
We're fans of Hunter Green. When Hunter Green stays healthy, he can shove. But then they got Nick Martinez and Clayton Kershaw and Zach Littell and Shohei going again on Wednesday.
You think Reds can roll into Chavez and take 2 out of 3?
If the Reds can take 2 out of 3 and the Phillies can take 2 out of 3, that would leave probably the Mets a half a game above in the wild card, I would assume, because the Mets would have won 1. The Reds would have lost 1, but would gain 2. I think it would leave them a half game back.
Well, I hate to say it, but since he had trouble beating Arizona over the weekend, they lost 2 out of 3.
It's going to be tough. Like the Reds, it's their starting pitching's been. We talked about how fantastic their starting pitching is with some of these guys, but their bats need to get into it and stuff like that.
Yeah, so maybe with Hunter Green on the bump, they can get on the right track. Littell has been. Hey, we've seen glimpses of Martinez and Littell be good. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. It's not like the Dodgers aren't rolling out their best 3.
Yeah. So what have the Dodgers done in their last 10? 6-4, so they're a little up and down. Oh, well, they just had the Padres 2 times in the past 10, so that explains that.
But they did sweep them the one time. What did they do this weekend against them? I don't even fucking.
I think they lost the series. I'm pretty sure the Padres won the series because they are now tied. Spin.
So the Padres came back, won the first 2. Dodgers avoid a sweep, but that's what 4-2 against the Padres in the last 6.
Mm-hmm. So
right?
That's something to note on. Yeah, the Dodgers won, swept them.
How do you like that, huh?
But anyway, so.
Oh, Darvish, look at you. Yeah, so there were some good pitching duels in this series. Yeah, I remember talking about it. The Dodgers did roll out like their best arms for that series, and whatever. So now they don't. Maybe Cincy can take advantage of that. Hopefully the Phillies can do some work and keep the Mets in the fucking gutter where they belong.
Yeah, all we want
Senga and Sanchez could be interesting.
We're not asking for much, Reds. We're not asking for a whole lot. We don't care if you even do anything in the playoffs. We just want you to make it so that the Mets fans don't and hate themselves.
Yeah.
More than they already do, because I don't think they hate themselves enough. They still have so much delusion in their freaking heads. I need them to hate themselves a lot.
Yep. Yeah. I can't wait for that. Or knock on wood, it happens. I don't know. McLean has looked good, and Taiwan's looked good too. That'll be Wednesday. Lizardo Mania tomorrow on TBS. Ooh, TBS. Who do you think who the fuck does TBS games anymore? Not Smoltz, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that is.
Sanchez and Kodai tonight will be fun. And then, like you said, Cincy, let's go gain some ground where the Dodgers and Padres are tied. when we talked about them, Dodgers home, Padres might have I don't know. I guess they have the harder matchup. At least the Padres have a team that is currently holds a playoff spot, and they're on the road in Seattle, which is the fucking Vetter Cup, isn't it not?
It is the Vetter Cup.
That's so dumb. The Vetter Cup. Who won it last time? I think it was the Padres, maybe. It was either the Padres or Seattle. I know it was one of the two.
Yeah, rematch of the Vetter.
Clearly. So we got the Vetter Cup. Either way, so Dodgers might have. So the Dodgers are playing a team at home who currently do not have a playoff spot, where Seattle's on the road to a team that currently does hold a playoff spot. So both could be tough matchups, but we'll see. I guess it's not set in stone. We could still have a tie in the Central after this series. But who do you like? I kind of want the. I guess we're rooting for the Padres to have possession of first place because they want Cincy to win.
Yeah, we are. That is. I mean, that's weird for you because you hate the Padres, and I hate the Padres.
Oh too. Yeah. I hate the rooting for the Padres.
Yeah. So let's stick with the NL real quick, and we'll scroll down and we'll go to the Brewers and Cubs series. Arizona is traveling over to Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee's got Woodruff, Mizorowski, and Quinn Priester and Quintana. It's a 4-game set for these guys. Chicago's got San Francisco. So Chicago's 5 games back on the Brewers right now. Brewers had a little bit of a skid there. They were 4-6 in their last 10 after that huge winning streak. If you can even call it that much of a skid. I mean, we're just not used to them losing a whole lot. But Cubs kind of are turning it around a little bit. Offense waking up a little bit. 8-2 in their last 10 spin.
Huge.
Chicago's traveling to San Francisco. You got Boyd Verlander, Colin Ray versus Case Carson Wisenhunt. And then big one on Thursday, Shota versus Logan Webb.
Aces. Or I guess they're aces. Are they? Is Boyd the ace? No one knows who the Cubs ace is.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd still give it to Shota for now.
Yeah, it's still aces.
But Chicago looking to gain ground, hopefully go in and sweep. Harder said than done when you're traveling and especially on the road down the stretch here. But Milwaukee on a 4-game set against a struggling Arizona team. What do you think?
Yeah, good time for Tucker to get hot. It was over the weekend. Maybe he can cruise into San Fran. Still hot. That's a pitcher-friendly ballpark. So we'll see if the offense can continue what they're doing. Because, like you said, 8-2 in their last 10. They're coming off a really good week. They started the week taking 3 out of 5 from Milwaukee, remember? And then I guess they swept over the weekend. Right? Who did they fucking even play? Oh, the Angels. They swept the Angels.
Yeah.
Hey,
so taking care of business when they need to. That's what good teams do.
And Tyone came back off the IL. I don't know how many starts he's had off the IL. I know he got a win. Maybe he has 2 starts off the IL. He got a win in this Angels series. Yeah, so he has 2 starts off the IL, both of them being wins, and that's 2 runs in 11 innings since coming off the IL, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. So that's a godsend for them. If Tyone can come back and be another addition to that rotation with Boyd and Imanaga there, and maybe the Kate Hortons of the world and whatnot. But whatever, Tyone's a huge addition because we know that they need pitching. I like to think that the Cubs can stay hot. San Fran really showed no signs of them being crazy. I would like to see Verlander pitch well just because, whatever. But I also have Boyd in fantasy, so I hope he does well. Wednesday is kind of up in the air, and I love Webb and Imanaga. That could be a good matchup. San Fran trying to play spoiler, but Cubs trying to gain some ground and certainly punch their ticket. Right? There was a time they were like 7 games back, or maybe 8 games back, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're 5, so it looks a little bit better, right? At least it's still on one hand. At least you can still count on one hand how many games it's. When you start to get to the second hand, now it's like fuck.
Yeah.
But now they didn't put it back on one hand. They went like whoop whoop whoop, one hand now. And Milwaukee, I guess, has technically the harder matchup because AZ's the 3rd place team, but they're both fucking shitty, and Giants are the 4th place. They're both shitty. But Milwaukee is at home, and they're going to roll out. They're always going to roll out good arms. So I would expect Milwaukee to take 3 out of 4, right? I mean,
I would go with that too. And probably, honestly, I think they're going to gain a singular game on the Cubs. I don't think the Cubs sweep San Francisco. I think San Francisco is not a great team, but they're a good enough team not to get swept. And if that makes any sense. So I'd probably look for Milwaukee to take 3 out of 4 and Chicago to take 2, and they get kind of 1 game on them.
Yeah, so that's what's crazy. It's just because I'm favoring Milwaukee at home with their pitching, but Arizona trying to play spoiler too. So that's both of it, right? Arizona playing spoiler, San Fran trying to play spoiler. They're like good enough to like not get swept, even compete. Like I wouldn't be shocked if the Cubs and San Fran split that series. Or sorry, even Arizona, they have the 3-game set. But Arizona and Milwaukee have the 4-game. Like maybe Arizona shocks the nation and splits while Milwaukee is currently on a 2-game losing streak. Maybe they kind of, who knows? Maybe your boy Ryan Nelson pitches a gem. Who the fuck knows? It's not like they don't have guys in the offense that can't get to you. Mizorowski has looked bad at times. But Fat and Mizorowski, maybe that's like a matchup of the up-and-coming young guys.
Could be. But, I mean, I would look for Mizorowski to kind of gain some ground and get back to what he was before.
I would expect both of the better teams to win the series.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not going to change too much in the standings.
Let's go to the AL then. We kind of touched on all of the NL teams that we wanted to get to. But there aren't really a whole lot of notables on the AL this time. We got Minnesota facing Toronto. You're getting Joe Ryan versus Scherzer in that. Toronto's still holding a 5-game lead on the Red Sox. Speaking of the Red Sox, they're playing Baltimore for a 4-game set, and they're getting their top 3 pitchers are going in that 4-game set as well.
Yeah, I think Boston going to Baltimore, right?
Yep.
You're gonna roll out. I don't know if today's matchup. Who gives a shit about it? I didn't write it down, but I do know that it's Giolito Tuesday, Brian Bello Wednesday, Garrett Crochet Thursday. And that's huge for Boston because one of their big things was who's behind Crochet. Who is it? I thought it was Tanner Houck before the season started. Then maybe people thought Walker Buehler was going to wake up, or maybe Dustin May comes over and you're like, oh, there's a good number 3 for you. But realistically, Giolito's been going about his business really well, and Bello continues to be. Bello shut the fuck out of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Giolito didn't have his best stuff, but Bello did. Bello made him look like fucking assholes in the Bronx. So that's really good for them. And Baltimore is a team that is going to try to play spoiler. They have some notables, and they've kind of been playing. They're over 500 in their last 10. You know what I mean? So it hasn't been dog shit for them, but Boston has to continue to try to gain ground because the Yankees, I think, do have the easier matchup. Because I think
they got Washington.
I think Baltimore is more inclined to play spoiler, even though Boston's rolling out 3 of their top, the 3 best pitchers in that 4-game set. I think Baltimore is more inclined to play spoiler. Where the Yankees, I mean, they got a very bad Washington team. And if the Yankees can't do anything against this Washington team, holy shit, I'm going to be pissed.
Because we talked about the Royals are 3 games out. So they do have to take care of business when they need to. So
they really do. And, of course, Seattle has a harder matchup, too. So you like to think maybe the Yankees can continue gaining ground. It's going to be more on can Casey jump Seattle because Seattle hosted the Padres. The Yankees better fucking win against Washington. And they're home against Washington. Cam Schlittler coming off a very good outing. Keep it going. Gore versus Gill could be interesting. Fried on Wednesday. Let's go. So they got to do that where Boston, you figure they roll out their 3 best, but Baltimore could play spoiler. That's a little storyline there. Toronto, I don't think they go anywhere. I fucking hate Minnesota. But Joe Ryan and Scherzer could be cool. And then your buddy Eric Lauer Wednesday. Oh, could be his last start.
Probably is going to be his last start. But the only other AL one we got is Detroit. Who are the Astros playing?
Rockies.
Oh, never mind. And then the Detroit are playing the A's. So Seattle's 2 games out, but Astros got the Rockies. Probably going to push it a little bit more.
But that goes because Mariners and Padres, that Vetter series is going to be kind of pivotal.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of movement in the standings. Hopefully the Royals can gain some ground. But I only see that being really the only thing that moves this entire weekend.
Well, something's going to have to move in the West, right? Because if Seattle beats the Padres in the stand, if Seattle beats the Padres in the series, there's a good chance that but we also would need the Dodgers to win to beat the Reds.
And then the Reds would fall more at the Mets. I don't think there's going to be any movement. You know what I mean? Because
but if the Padres win, even if the Padres and Dodgers, or if the Padres and Reds both win like we want them to, then Seattle doesn't, and then Houston, they just gain ground. So it's not going to be
just gain ground. So that's if everything goes the way we're thinking, which it hardly ever does, there's not going to be any movement. So maybe there will be a lot of movement.
Yeah, seriously. And I'm not mad at some of these matchups that are like these more lopsided games, like Detroit at the A's. Today's Scooble Day. He could very well throw a perfect game against the A's. You know what I mean? Like, that could be kind of nuts. And then Colorado at Houston, Tuesday is Hunter Brown Day. He might throw a perfect game against the Rockies.
Hey, don't going back to the Scooble thing. The milkman's out there and he's taking
true.
names. All right.
Milkman's taking names. Did you see there was a kid? They let some kid commentate. It was a Mariners fan, and they let him in the booth to like call an at bat.
Yeah.
And the very first, it was like they were playing the A's, and
Oh,
the very
Jesus.
first the very first at bat that he called was Jacob Wilson hits a home run, and the kid's just like, and it's a 2-1. Like I don't know the kind of like 2-1 to Jacob Wilson. You know how the kids are in the booth.
Yeah.
Like, they're never like good. And then he's like, and then he just goes, Jacob Wilson hits a home run. He's just like, He didn't even call it. He just sounded like sad.
And then Jacob Wilson back from injury.
Yeah,
That's
I guess.
another one, too.
Yeah, there's another guy. Soderstrom's a stud too. He's been playing good ball. Yeah, anyone else? Scooble, Morton, Mize for Detroit. You like to think they're not going to go anywhere. They're playing fucking great baseball. Scooble Day on MLB Network. Framber Valdez home against Colorado after Brown is going to. I mean, Brown's going to. I put the fucking mortgage on Hunter Brown to kick ass.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it, though.
Is that the
That's our
fucking
look ahead.
notables? I do like Noah Cameron versus Shane Smith tonight. KC
For a low-key one. Yeah.
for a low-key youngsters. And then Ryan Bergert, Lorenzen, you'll see in that Kansas City series. Bergert's been good. But yeah, KC, they better take advantage because then that could be some movement, right?
Mm-hmm. I think gain ground, but maybe not complete.
In a perfect world, KC gains some ground against a bad White Sox team, which also means Seattle has to let up a little bit. So that means that the Padres would have to win, which would also hopefully means that the Reds win, Phillies win, so the Mets lose, Reds climb, Dodgers would lose a little bit, and then the Padres would have sole possession.
Yep.
And KC can climb. If all that happens, and we'll see it all unfold by Wednesday, but definitely Friday. If all that happens, and also in the East, Yankees sweep and the Red Sox lose a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If all that happens, and then we see some spoiler alerts, if you think it's possible, it's probably gonna be possible, but for all of it to go down,
it's possible. For all of it to go down, probably not, but it is possible. The matchups are kind of all over the place. You got some good series, but then you got good teams playing stinkers too, who kind of need a break. Like the Royals just came off playing Detroit. They need a break. They need their Chicago White Sox to fix.
Yeah, and then they have Detroit again this weekend, so it's gonna be crazy. But we'll have to see it all unfold. Hopefully, exactly what we want happens, but definitely it's not. That's just how it works, I guess. It's just the way of the road. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Sean, it's spin of the morning. Wrapping things up. Oh, by the way, Sean, you know finger guns are making a comeback?
Are they really?
Yeah, they're back. Anyway, Wednesday, hey? Sean, it's spin of the morning. Presented by Off Base Media. Wednesday the 27th. We'll see how things unfold. Come Wednesday.